That was the little intro to the game we're reviewing today. That'd be Resident Evil 7. Or, that's basically it. Anyway, now let's get into the real review. And thank you guys for choosing this game on my DeviantArt. And, well, to get started, it has the same controls as Resident Evil 8, with some minor differences. For one, there's no real shop, and there's no real upgrades to the weapons. A bit sad. Anyway, you have to somehow look for your wife who's gone missing in this alligator-infested swamp. But you're not the only one who's been here, as shown with this little video of this ghost hunter story. As much as I would love to show off the whole video, I do not have much. Plus, this would kind of be filler. So I'll just show a little secret. This door is locked, and the only way to access it is using that video. If you find the lockpick at the beginning of this little video, it's literally at the beginning, you can open this. And there's nothing in here when you first unlock it. Well, let's just say you'll find something much more interesting later on, which are these little coins, as well as a little crafting stuff later. Anyway, those coins are used to unlock several unique upgrades in Zoe's little trailer. From some steroids, health upgrades, and this little pistol here. You will be very grateful of this little thing. And there's also a bit of lore here. But if you're wondering who Zoe is, she's the daughter of Jack Baker. And if you want to know who the Bakers are, well, let's get straight into the enemies. The first technical enemies is your wife, who gets possessed by the evil that corrupted the Bakers and made this lovely creature. This thing is known as a molded, a large toothy monster made out of pure mold, and they'll be found in much frequency later on in the game. There's also a variety of these guys. There are small variations, like this guy with a slightly different hand. Those shotgun shells make dealing with the regular molded easier, though there are more interesting variations, like this crawling one. Though they're easy to deal with, especially with a grenade launcher. And, well, the last one of the molded that isn't just a weird weapon is this really fat one, which is introduced in a pretty cool little, how should I say, boxing match arena. Along with the molded, there are also these giant bugs. They come in two varieties. This form, where they're the size of birds, and a small one in hives, which you need flamethrowers for. There are also spiders, but they're not really important. But now let's get into the actual bosses. The first one is Jack Baker, who, think of him like a nemesis, but with a whole lot more lines than just stars. And trust me, you will deal with him a lot of times. There are 3 major battles with Jack. The first one in a garage, where you have to use a car to deal with him. the second one where you have to fight him in the basement with a few extra weapons as well as a chainsaw, while he uses a special scissor chainsaw, which is pretty epic.
Zoe! Get your ass back to the house! I will deal with you later!
It wouldn't be a Resident Evil game without a giant mutant boss fight with an enemy that constantly comes back. And I guess Jack Baker fits that bill. Just shoot the eyes with William Birkin and you'll destroy this powerful abomination. But I have to admit, he is pretty cool, and maybe my favorite creature in the game so far. Though I think the final boss is my favorite. But we should go over the other bosses, shall we? Margaret is kind of annoying when you first enter, but have to use flutter in a hole. You eventually fight her in the greenhouse, where she turns into a giant bug monster, and actually has one of the hardest boss fights in the game so far at that point. And it takes a lot of punishment to defeat this overgrown cockroach woman. And truly disgusting. I guess the final minor boss before the true final boss, and this is before the final battle with Mutant Jack, would be Lucas. And, well, he doesn't really have a proper fight. Well, his little testing grounds and this little video where he kills the last survivor of that little ghost hunting thing basically serve as his fights. Since, well, he's kind of like Jigsaw. He's not the type of guy to fight you with his fists. At least, not in this game. The final boss, of course, is Evie or Evelyn. And while you mostly deal with her in her child form, trust me, in the final bit of the game, you'll deal with her true monstrous form. And also, this is a little bit of backstory on how Mia got involved with this whole mess. The rest you have to figure out for yourself. Though, I do have one other thing I would like to show you before I get onto my final thoughts. And I'm not going to really show much of the weapon variety, aside from these bombs, which I think are pretty cool, since most of them are pretty spoilers, and you don't even get the last gun until the very end of the game. Once you find the last amount of those Pelican coins, and some of them are on that ship, and are even more in the hardest mode, you unlock this little gun. Pretty cool, if I have to say. And that is pretty much everything I want to say about this game. There are plenty of other things you would like to experience yourself, including some of the juicy lore bits. But technically speaking, this isn't everything with this game. There are several DLCs to this game, and if you guys want, I can review them on their own merits, but that will take some time. But anyway, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and enjoy this little end credit music to finish off this review. I wonder if I'll do any other Resident Evils in the future, and I'm hoping what will happen in the future of this franchise.
prisoner with no parole. They locked me up and took my soul. Call to him and he will come. She'll run to him like he's the one. His arms outstretched, but when she's done, he'll be torn